Welcome back to the Casual Ethnographer. Puget Sound is a place shaped by water. Its deep inlets, winding channels, and scattered islands don't just make it beautiful, they make boats essential. Ferries aren't just a convenience here, they're a necessity, a lifeline that connects communities where roads simply cannot. Long before the modern ferry fleet, Indigenous peoples of this region were expert navigators, using cedar canoes to cross the same waterways for trade, ceremony, and connection. Water has always been the highway here. By the late 1800s, a fleet of small steamships, nicknamed the Mosquito Fleet, crisscrossed Puget Sound. At its peak, more than 350 destinations were served, including tiny docks tucked into the forests and shores of the Olympic and Kitsap peninsulas. These vessels carried passengers, mail, and supplies long before highways existed. One of the most influential companies was the Puget Sound Navigation Company, better known as the Black Ball Line. Founded in 1898, it pioneered automobile ferry service in the region and ran many of the most important routes. At one point, it was the largest privately owned ferry fleet in the United States. But after World War II, rising labor costs and fare disputes led the state to step in. In 1951, Washington purchased most of Black Ball's operations for $5 million, a bold move that launched the Washington State Ferries system. The state acquired 16 ferries, 20 terminals, and a sense of public responsibility that still defines the system today. Today, Washington State Ferries is the largest ferry system in the United States and the second largest in the world by vehicles carried. The system operates 21 vessels on 10 routes connecting 20 terminals across Puget Sound and the San Juan Islands. On any given weekday, ferries carry more than 60,000 passengers, including commuters, tourists, students, and delivery trucks. Each ferry route has its own rhythm. Some are fast-paced, like Seattle to Bainbridge Island. Others are quieter, like Port Townsend to Coupeville. For island residents, ferries are not optional. They're part of daily life. Groceries, medical appointments, and school all depend on a reliable crossing. The ferries themselves are iconic. The MV Tillicum, still in operation since 1959, is the oldest in the fleet. Others, like the Chimacum or the Samish, are part of a new generation of vessels built for capacity and comfort. Washington is also leading the nation in ferry decarbonization, with hybrid electric vehicles under construction and a goal to cut emissions in half by 2033. And while the big green and white ferries get most of the attention, dozens of smaller ferry services like the one to Herron Island quietly support private communities, native reservations, and lesser-known crossings all around the Sound. So the next time you see a ferry gliding across the water, think of it as more than a ride. It's a moving piece of history. It's a commuter lane. It's a connection to the mainland, and for some, it's home. While Washington State Ferries operates the nation's largest ferry system, Smaller, privately run ferries like the one serving Herron Island play an equally vital role in connecting communities across Puget Sound. The Herron Island Ferry, managed by the Herron Maintenance Company, is the sole transportation link for residents and visitors to this private island. Unlike the larger state-run vessels, this ferry has limited capacity, accommodating only a handful of vehicles per trip. As you'll see in the footage, not all waiting vehicles could board, highlighting the importance of planning and patience when relying on these essential services. Despite its size, the ferry is a lifeline, ensuring that Herron Island remains accessible and connected to the mainland.